This episode of Rashad G Reviews is brought to you by Moonshine Tequila, presented by Jethro Pettigrew. With the delectable combination of the finest moonshine and tequila, it's the only hybrid liquor to get the seal of excellence from Uncle Sam himself.
Is that moonshine tequila the only liquor approved by the U.S. government?
Now, I'm not saying you can't have a good time without moonshine tequila, but why take chances?
Woo!
That's right, moonshine tequila.
Ooh, oh my gosh. Woo!
Moonshine tequila gives you brewed in Bokeh, Florida. Alright y'all, Rashad G back in the building. Got a special guest here. My man, my big brother, Sean Taylor. What's going on, brother? Alright, man, finally. Now, if you see my old videos, I mention this dude a lot. This is the guy that wants to beat my head in every time I say something stupid about movies, alright? This guy's a genius. He's seen like every movie known to man. Like, I call myself a movie buff. This guy's got me beat. So, the reason why I got him here today, we're going to talk about Black Dynamite!
Black Dynamite. Black Dynamite 2.
Yes, the Black Dynamite 2 trailer drop, man. Your thoughts on the teaser?
Been waiting on this. I don't know why it took them so long to come out with the sequel to Black Dynamite, but I'm glad it's here. It's a short little teaser trailer, but it's enough for right now.
Yeah,
So, you know, I'm digging it. Waiting for it to drop.
Well, listen, did you have like an Anchorman kind of concern? Because they waited like almost 10 years to do Anchorman 2. And because like when they stretch comedies out that long, you know what I'm saying? By the time the sequel comes out, it's not the same.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you know, I've been waiting on a sequel to Black Dynamite. So
Yeah. Real briefly, man, the first Black Dynamite, classic, cult classic,
funny, hilarious. Everybody in there was on point. All the characters.
Yeah.
You know, Black Dynamite, Cream Corn, and Bullhorn, and everybody in there was
man.
solid.
Big ups to what was it? The girl that you talked about. He was gonna put the coat hangers on. Euphoria.
Yeah.
Very underrated too. Black Dynamite's like very underrated. Like it didn't get a wide release at all.
No, it was limited release.
Yeah.
Limited
So
release.
hopefully too, because I think Black Dynamite has a big enough following where you know what I'm saying it can get a bigger release because it does have a following.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So yo, if y'all executives are watching this, man, show Black Dynamite some love. Give it a theatrical release, and yeah, let's do this, man.
Yeah.
As you know, Black Dynamite is paying homage to the Blaxploitation era, okay, which is what this video is predominantly about, the Blaxploitation era. So you're a little bit older than me, so you actually seen some of these in the theaters. I'm not putting out no numbers here, but y'all a little older than me. So, all right, as far as the Blaxploitation films, which ones stick out the most to you?
My first Blaxploitation movie that I remember was Shaq.
Okay.
That was my first.
Richard Roundtree.
Yeah. Then a little while after that was the Mac.
Yeah.
And that's when I just like absolutely I fell in love. I was a little kid. I ain't know
with the Mac.
but still,
Wow.
Pam Grier was my thing though. Pam Grier,
yes. Coffee, Foxy Brown.
That's what made her B movie star. Coffee.
Shoot, man.
Yeah.
Look, I know I gotta keep it PG, man, but Pam Grier was finer than Frog here, boy. There's some stuff I want to say right now, but Pam Grier, boy, she's the reason a lot of boys went through puberty, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pam Grier was that chick.
Pam
My favorite scene in the Mac was when they was playing the dice game. You know what I'm saying? And Pretty Tony, one of Pretty Tony's girls. Well, if you ever seen the Mac, spoilers here. I mean, well, if you ever seen the Mac, spoilers. But yeah, when Pretty Tony girl came up to Goldie. And she was like, yeah, do I have to go through an audition to get with you? Nah, baby, you ain't gotta go through all that. And then Pretty Tony sitting there with the dice like, looked like I was doing something else right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like, yeah, well, I choose you. Be cool, baby, okay? Pretty Tony, man, come here. I joke, get mine, come here. Say, Pretty Tony, you know the name of the game? I mean, yo, just chose me. We can set us like we got some class, we can get into some gangsta.
Yeah.
What's the line? Oh, shade tree,
nigga.
The Blaxploitation era, alright, Blaxploitation. Matter of fact, I don't even like that name, Blaxploitation, because it's exploitation. Like the NAACP came up with that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time, among so-called cultured black people, the Blaxploitation era was insulting because it really showed us in a negative light.
Yes.
Like, for example, Melvin Van Peebles did Sweet Sweetback's Badass Song, alright, which is another classic. It kicked off the genre, but he disowned the genre because he said that in Sweetback, you know, Sweetback went from a street dude to a revolutionary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where Superfly, he's a drug dealer, and he glorified being a drug dealer.
I forgot about Superfly.
Yeah, Superfly.
Yeah,
Superfly.
Ron O'Neal.
Did you think you was Ron O'Neal or something?
Yeah.
All right. So as far as your movies go, you said Shaft was the first one you watched. Mac was you said was your favorite, right?
Yeah, Mac is my favorite.
Yeah.
Then when Pam Grier came along, Coffee, and I like, of course, Ron O'Neal, Superfly, and then of course Dolomite.
Dolomite, yes.
Rudy Ray Moore,
who Bullhorn is based off of.
Bullhorn is based off that character.
Yeah.
Way down in the jungle deep, the lion stepped on the signifying monkey's feet.
You know, everybody, they, putting black and exploit together, making Blaxploitation movies. It was a lot of like gratuitous violence, nudity, sex, and that kind of, and that's how they were at that time painting black people in that light as drug dealers, pimps. The women were like prostitutes.
I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying, but it's like, yeah, even though that they showed it like that, but at the time you gotta think too. I mean, it's almost like a double-edged sword because even though it kind of showed us negatively, but before then,
that stuff was going on in the hood.
Yeah, well, not only that, we've never seen that on screen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when our moms grew up, it was Sidney Poitier, the dapper, polite,
Oh yeah.
I speak very properly and I don't do any drugs or any prostitutes, I'm just Sidney Poitier, I'm just very proper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we never had cool dudes on the screen that we could relate to. And I think the Blaxploitation films really showcase that, especially sticking it to the men. We've never seen black people talk back to white people on screen before.
Right.
Until Sweetback.
Right.
Yeah, Sweetback started that off, and then of course Superfly. When your boy was like, you're gonna work for me until I tell you to quit. You don't owe me picking no motherfucker. Tell me what I can split. Yeah, I gotta edit that out. So what about the movies that came out around that time, but weren't Blaxploitation? Like, those movies really didn't get a lot of exposure. But if you watch them now, they still hold up. Like, for example, Claudine.
Okay.
I love Claudine. You know what I'm saying? James L. Jones and Diane Carroll.
Diane Carroll, yeah.
Came out around the same time as, those movies that we talked about. But didn't get as much recognition because nobody wanted to see that at the time. Everybody wanted to see, man, show some more pimp's nose. I don't want to see nothing about a maid going with the garbage man.
Right.
And another one I watched recently, Cornbread Earl and Me.
Cornbread Earl and Me, Lawrence Fishburne.
Well,
that was when he was like 12 years old. He was like, that was in 75.
Was that 75?
Yeah, I think 1975.
Did you go see that?
Earl and Me. I saw it on a DVD, but it was like old.
Oh, but
it's been a while. It's been not in the theaters.
Oh,
now.
wow.
I was just a young book.
Cornbread!
Yeah.
They killed Cornbread!
Yeah.
Also, the trilogy that Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby did.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Uptown Saturday Night.
Let's Do It Again.
Let's Do It Again. And
Piece of the Action.
Piece of the Action. Yeah.
Piece of the Action was the weakling.
Yeah,
of course,
the weakest one.
Let's Do It Again was my favorite one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Uptown Saturday Night was mine.
Uptown Saturday Night.
Yeah, it was mine.
Yeah. Now, what was your part with Richard Pryor?
Oh yeah. he was playing a detective.
Sharp Eye Washington.
Sharp Eye Washington. And I remember when they busted him.
On the case.
And I remember when they busted him. And I think it was either Bill Cosby or Sidney Poitier said, "What, man, brother? Why us? Why not you, brother?"
Richard, man, ups to Richard Pryor, man. Yo, Richard, he did a mixture of the Blaxploitation and the mainstream stuff.
Right.
Because he was in Lady Sings the
in
Blues.
the Mac. He was in the Mac.
Yeah, he was in the Mac. Yeah, Hit with Billy Dee Williams. Lady Sings the Blues. Yeah, then he did his own little movies like, later on, like Which Way Is Up and Silver Streak and Car Wash and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Rich was able to jump in the mainstream stuff and then go into the Blaxploitation stuff. But he was that cool. He can go either way. You know what I'm saying?
He can go either way. Yeah,
because somehow, even though Richard was, I don't think Richard could get away with saying the stuff that he said back then. I don't think he could. But white people still loved him. That's what's crazy.
They were nuts for Richard.
All right, so yeah, even though the Blaxploitation was popular like in the early '70s, but then it started to die down.
I think in 77 or 78, the NAACP and I forgot what other group was shutting it down. That's when Blaxploitation started going out.
Right. But then the quality of the movies got worse.
They got worse.
They got bad because you went from the Mac and Superfly, and I think Dolomite was the beginning of the ridiculous. Because after Dolomite, then you had Blackula. Yeah,
Blackula.
Blackenstein.
Oh my God, it was terrible.
Black zombies, Walking Dead, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they started getting more into the kung fu stuff with Black Belt Jones.
Black Belt Jones.
Yeah,
Jim
Peter Hardway. Yeah,
Peter Hardway.
Which Black Dynamite is based off of
based
Jim
off of
Carrey.
Yeah.
After that era ended, we didn't see movies like that again till like the late 80s. Because for the 80s, for the most part, it was a bright colors, and if you did see black people on screen, they had Jerry curls, they were scary, that they was the jive one that always talked like this, but if they was in the scary movies, they got killed. So we didn't actually see powerful black people in movies again till probably New Jack City.
New Jack City.
Yeah, New Jack City, Nino Brown and Ice-T and all that.
It was a little milder than they wasn't as like Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society and stuff like that.
Which is my movie, yeah. So those movies are kind of like the modern day Blaxploitation kind of, right? Even though they wasn't really exploiting that, because Boys in the Hood was some real stuff.
Yeah, it was some real stuff.
And Menace was some real stuff. And that's what's missing in today's movies, Sean, is that there's really no real movies about us anymore.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have like Hidden Figures and, like historically black movies.
Right.
But I mean, Black Panther about to drop, so that's considered one.
February.
Yes.
Black Panther. Go see Black Panther.
Someone get this man a shield.
Go see it.
Yes. Well, February 16th, right?
February, 16th.
16th. Yeah. Man, I should go up there with my fake afro, man.
No.
Dressed like Bullhorn from Black Dynamite. Yeah, man. So yeah, man, I would love to see more authentic stories about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't have to necessarily be drug dealing and all that stuff, man, but just like show us the way we really are. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go to one extreme or the other. You know what I'm saying? Just show us some real stuff, man.
Real stuff.
And those movies, even though they're kind of cheesy to watch now, but they still hold a special place, man. I still quote them to this day.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're hilarious to look at.
Yeah.
But for that time, it was that's what we had as far as black folks.
Right.
And
they were heroes.
And they were heroes. The modern day heroes, blue collars.
Yeah, dude, it was a pleasure doing this video with you, man. Go ahead and wrap it up, because I know the battery's probably going dead on this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, bro.
First time, people.
First time on Can't Do It. It took me 5 months to get this dude to do a video, man. I'm grateful. I think this came out pretty good. All right, so brother, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Gotta work together again. This is Sean Taylor, Rashad G signing out. See you in the next video.
Peace.
Right on.